out there on social media. So my first sexual experience, the first time. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josie Aman. You can call me Josie, and of course, this is being Josie Aman. So today's video is my first time tag. Yes, I'm going to be talking about the first time that I did certain things. So trust me, it's going to be fun and it's gonna get interesting. So before we go into the video, before we go into the video, if you know you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join this amazing family. Okay, please just hit the subscribe button and join this amazing family. And of course, if you love this video, do well to like it and feel free to share. Also leave your comments in the comment section below. And one thing, yes, before you go into the video, my beautiful hatinator is from my brand I Love It by Josie. I'll leave a link in the description box. So if you love my headpiece, just hit me up in my DMs on iVelvegGH on Instagram and I'll hook you up. Don't worry, my brand is very affordable. Yes, so you can afford it and look as stunning as I look right now. So I had a couple of my friends send me questions asking about the first time that I did certain things. So I have the questions here and I will be reading it out and then I'll be answering them as we go along. Okay, so the first question here is, what's the first thing you do when you wake up? The first thing I do when I wake up is probably to pray and then do my devotion. Or yes, no, the first thing I do when I wake up is I go to the ladies to pee. Yes, that's what I do. That's the first thing I do, and then I come back to my room and then I do my morning devotion and then my prayers. So that's the first thing I do when I wake up. And the first app you open in the morning, the first app I open in the morning is always WhatsApp. Yes, because my fiance sends me a message every morning. Okay, so we have this rule in our relationship where the first person to wake up needs to check up on the other person. So the first app I open every morning is WhatsApp. Yes. And then first text I sent this morning. Oh, I am shooting with my phone, so I won't know. But you know what? I'm going to try and then read out the text, and if possible, I'll also show it somewhere in the video. Okay, so that you know. Moving on. First country you ever visited. The first country I ever set my foot in will be Kenya. Yes, apart from Ghana, the very first country that I set my foot in is Kenya. And then first social media post you ever made. The first social media post, wow, Instagram or Facebook? Okay, for Instagram I wouldn't know because I recently just deleted everything off my Instagram to start a new page, so I wouldn't know which one will be the first. Facebook, I think I joined Facebook in 2009 and I think I should have the first post that I did still in there somewhere, the first picture I ever posted on Facebook. So I'm going to look for it and then I'm going to have it up on the screen here so that you see the first picture that I posted on Facebook. Okay. First phone you ever used. I will never forget the first phone I ever used. The first phone I ever used was a Motorola. It was a flip phone. I think it was ash. I don't remember the name of the phone, but I know it was a Motorola and it was a flip phone. I remember the ringtone. It went on pam 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 pam. Oh, Charlie, that phone was just, it was my life. I really love that phone. I remember we used not to, we were not allowed to send phones to school, but then I would go to school and then I would just be hearing my ringtone going off in my head all the time. But of course, Form 3, we broke the rules and then we took our phones to school. So yes, I couldn't live without that phone. That phone was everything to me. So yes, that was the first phone I used. I'll try and post a picture for you to see what I'm talking about. Your first plane ride would be from Accra to Kumasi. That was the very first time I got on a plane and it moved. Yes, from Accra to Kumasi. I think it was. I went to meet. I wouldn't say a love interest, but it was somebody who was interested in me, and the person had a meeting in Kumasi, and yeah, yeah. If I remember well, the person had a meeting in Kumasi, so the person invited me to come over for I think lunch or something. Yes. So I went to Kumasi and we met up. We had lunch. I went to Kumasi. So I went to Kumasi and then we had lunch at Golden Tulip Hotel, very beautiful. And then afterwards he had a meeting in Takrady, so he had to leave. But then I slept over in Kumasi at Golden Tulip, yes. And I think it was a Thursday. They were doing this jazz thing, live band thing. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, and it was beautiful. I could see the thing, the events from my room, from the balcony, and it was beautiful. I had a really nice evening. And then the following day, I go back on the plane. And I came back to Accra. So yes, that was my first plane ride. Okay, so your first car. Oh, first car saying, I've never owned a car. I've never owned a car. Please. Yes. I'm 30. I've never owned a car in my name. No. So first car yeah, it's a no. No, no. I don't own a car. First time you got into trouble in school. First time I got into trouble in school. For basic school and junior high school, I think I was a good girl. Or okay. The first time I got into trouble, junior high school, I think I took an album from the house and I took it to school. I think I was in like GHS 1 or something. Yeah, GHS 1. And so I took this album to school. And then one of my teachers, Mr. Xavier, I'll never forget your name. He was my class teacher. Yes, Form 1 burial. He was my class teacher. So I took this album to school. I was showing it to my friends, and then he saw it. He came to the class and then he saw the album. This child took the album and tore it apart. Can you believe this, guys? He tore the album apart. What was I going to tell my mom when I got home? I cried. I really cried. I think that was the first time I got into trouble in school. Besides that, I got into trouble a lot of times in St. Mary's, but the first time will be that incident. It really broke my heart. Yes. So moving on. What's this? Your first crush ever. My first crush. My first crush would be. I'm not allowed to mention names. You know what? Almost those who know me, I mean, they all know this. So let me just mention a name. My first crush ever would be Henry. His name was Henry. We were in the same school, Creator School, and hey, Mr. Dear, me I born you. It happened in stage 4. Yeah, stage 4. So yeah, I mean, if you went to a private school, it was stage 4. But if you went to a government school, it was class 4, and went to an international school, we say grade 4. Yeah, so it happened in stage 4. Stage 4. I think I was like 10 years. And I was having crush. God, I'm really shy. Yeah, so it happened in stage 4. Henry, I thought Henry was cute. Yes, I thought he was cute, and I had a real big crush on him. This, like, you see, guys, there's like a whole story about this. Maybe I'll do a story time, and then I'll tell you the story about this crush. Yeah. Okay, so moving on, your first kiss. First kiss. Another story on its own. So my first kiss happened with this guy. He used to go to Dex school, which is also in Tema, yes. And he had friends in my neighborhood, so he used to come to my neighborhood. And I don't know, I think we thought we were dating, or I don't know, we just liked each other. This was in stage 6, class 6. Yes, so that was when the first kiss happened. I had my first kiss. See, the story behind this, so let me just give you a brief thing. So this guy, those time it was a landline like this one. It was a landline. So we used to call each other, and then he called me, and then he was like, "Have I kissed before?" I said, "No, I haven't." And then he said, "Okay, we should kiss." So we made a date and everything, and then he came. He was in the evening. So when he came, we took a stroll. I live in Comty 4. I grew up in Comty 4. I'm still in Comty 4. So we took a stroll from Comty 4 to Comty 7. If you know Comty 7 very well, where the green mosque is. Yes, that's where we went to stand at. And then his two friends in my neighborhood then. I don't know if I should mention their names. I'll mention their names. And then Derek. They came with us. They came with us on the stroll, and then they were acting as like lookout guys. So they were looking out for us in case somebody is coming. Since we were kids, I was like 11 or 12 at that time. So in case somebody is coming, then they will alert us so that we stop. So prior to that, I had been rehearsing because I was so nervous about the kids. It was going to be my first time, so I wanted to. I didn't want to disappoint. So yes, I was rehearsing with my teddy bear, and then I also would rehearse with my hand like this. I would do it all the time because I didn't want to disappoint at all. Okay, so we got there to the mosque area, and then it was like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool." No, he just launched at me, and then started kissing. Yes, and then I think I kissed back, and then it was okay. No big, there wasn't any big deal. I remember I held his neck and all that. Yes, so that was my first kiss. Okay, let's move on. First breakup. So my first breakup, will I even remember? See, I don't really break up with people, or I don't really break up. Like, I'll be there with you, but in my head I've broken up with you, but you wouldn't know. So before you know, no, I've moved on. That's usually what I do. But then I think the very first time I actually broke up with someone was like with my official boyfriend, like somebody that was. So we dated for 4 years, and I did the breakup. I think I grew up, and then I fell out of love with him, and then I had met someone else. The whole story, but then yeah, that was my first breakup, and I initiated it. So yes, my first breakup. I had just finished SS, so I was like 18. Yeah. First celebrity crush. My first celebrity crush ever would be Lil Bow Wow. Yes, Lil Bow Wow. So if you guys remember, they used to sell these small books, like song books, which used to have lyrics of songs in it, and then they used to have pictures of like the musicians. So yes, I had one of that book, and then I cut out Bow's, and then I pasted it on our fridge. So that was how obsessed I was with Lil Bow Wow back then. I think I actually had a crush on Henry because I thought he looked a little bit like Lil Bow Wow. Yeah, I think that was why I was crashing on Henry because I was so obsessed with Bow Wow. Yeah. So moving on, your sexual experience. Hell no. No. We are not talking about that here. I mean, I share a lot, but it's not everything that you need to put out there on social media. So my first sexual experience, the first time I did it. No, I'm not talking about it. Let's move on. First birthday party. My first birthday party, I was 12 years old, and I know my big brother was the brains behind it. If you're watching me right now, Kofi, I know you watch all my, and thank you so much for my 12th birthday party. I was 12 years old when I had my first birthday party ever. I think we had just moved from our single room to my mom's new place, which is where I am at currently. It was my mom's new place, and it was progress for our family moving from a single room to like a new place. It was cool. So we decided to celebrate, and my birthday happened to fall. My birthday happened to fall. I think about a few months after we moved. So they threw a birthday party for me, and I had a lot of fun. My friends came. I danced with Henry to Shaggy. It wasn't me. Yeah, wasn't me. Yeah, so we danced. Henry and I danced, and then all my friends came. Actually, those of my friends who are now CEOs and big people in the corporate world and the chairman and all that. I think I should post the picture so that they see their humble beginnings, so that they'll be humble. I'm going to share the pictures. I'll share the pictures. So you should be seeing the pictures right now. So yes, that was my first birthday party ever. I was 12 years old and I had a lot of fun. So the very last question here is the first YouTuber you subscribed to. The first YouTuber I subscribed to was Peak Mail. I was obsessed with Peak Mail. She was the first person I subscribed to on YouTube, and I feel like I've been a part of her journey, and she's such a big inspiration to me. Actually, I've learned so much from her. So this brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you liked that, please like the video and share it. Feel free to share, okay, and leave your comments in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for me, okay. So until I see you next time in my next video, is bye bye from me. The small children in my neighborhood, I don't know, they are back and they are making noise and playing, so I just have to sign out. So bye and see you in my next video. Mwah.